Easter. And you know every one of them making a lot of money. You know that, don't you? The merchants are waiting on Christmas to come right now. They can't wait. They start advertising Christmas a month ago. You know why? Because they're going to make a lot of money off that paganism. Off what God said don't do. They're going to make a lot of money off of it. They depend on Christmas for about a fourth of their annual revenue, 1 month. They depend on that. So they make a lot of money off of that. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what the second one in line is? The one that's going to come up next week.
That's right.
Halloween. It used to be Easter. Because everybody had to get the new Easter frolic. It's third now. Now the second big one is Halloween now. Because everybody got to buy the uniform to go to the Halloween party and do the ghost and the goblin thing. So now, they making money off of Christmas, first of all.
Yes, sir.
Pagan. They making money off Halloween. Pagan. They making money off Easter. Pagan. And who gave it to you? Rome, the one that we read about in the 17th chapter. And we're about to read about it here in the 18th chapter. Now, what would happen if somebody come along and they decide to listen to us? Suppose everybody listen to us. Say, man, you know, we ain't supposed to keep Christmas. There go all the Christmas revenue. Mm-hmm. And then they said, they listened to us and said, man, you ain't supposed to do Halloween. There go all the Halloween revenue. And then they come along and say, well, you know you ain't supposed to do Easter in. There go all the Easter revenue. And then you know what they'll say? Say, we got to do something about this.
That's right.
Same and what they said about Paul. We got to do this guy. This guy's digging in our pockets, man. Talking about there ain't no God other than there ain't no God that is made with hands. Because I'm going to show you, they make huge amount of revenue off of that stuff, and the Bible tell you about it. Start reading at Revelation 18 and pick it up at verse 1. 18 and 1. Go ahead, read.
And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Go ahead.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit.
And it is, too, isn't it? You know, you dealing with some of them foul spirits next week, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
And you dealing with them foul spirits on December 25th. And you dealing with them foul spirits on Easter. That's right. So see, the habitation of every foul spirit. Because every time you dealing with either one of them, you're dealing with some pagan deal. You know, you just straight out, they just told you dealing with evil spirit when they told you about Halloween. They done dress Christmas up to make it look Christian, but it's foul to it. Because you dealing with, these pagan deals, Saturnalia, Saturn. And you worshiping the sun, the rebirth of the sun, what God said don't do. So you dealing with these foul spirits here. She is the whole of every unclean and foul spirit. Go ahead and read on.
And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Go ahead.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
And all nations they got her in there straight up. Or they got some form of her pagan doctrine in there. They might call it by something else, but it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
So now, all nations have been made to drink of the wine of her fornication. Just about every nation do Christmas. You can even go in some of these Muslim countries and they do Christmas. You didn't know that, did you?
They do.
Go ahead and read.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Whoa, who done waxed rich? The merchants, like them people did in the days of Paul when they was making them images. They said, man, by this we have our wealth here. So now he said the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her death. They wax rich on Christmas. They wax rich on Easter, and they wax rich on Halloween. And she got some more that they waxed rich on. But then we'll call them the big three. But now he said the merchants of the earth have waxed rich. What if somebody decided Everybody's saying, we're going to let them, we've been saying them people crazy, but they reading that stuff out of the Bible and they supporting it with history and all of that. Maybe we ought to start doing like they teaching us from the Bible. Now, next thing you know, you got them, the merchants standing at our door. Bring them out here. I'm going to send Martin out first. I used to be the pastor, now Martin is the pastor. Because they ain't playing. If you go and read what they did to Paul, you understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
All because you are digging in these people's pockets when you tell them the truth.
Right.
Go ahead and read on.
Verse 4.
Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Because the Lord going to deal with them. He done appointed a time. He going to deal with them. And the Lord said, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins and of her plagues. Because however long she been around, the Lord has appointed a time that he's going to deal with her. Go ahead and read on.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities.
Go ahead.
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works.
Go ahead.
In the cup which she had filled to her double.
Go ahead.
How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
See what he say? I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and I shall see no sorrow. But look at what the Lord said. Go ahead and read.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
So as I said, the Lord done appointed a time that he going to judge her. But notice what he said here about the merchants. Skip down to verse 15. Go ahead and read.
The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall...
The ones that have been made rich by her, look at what they said. Go ahead and read on.
Shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city.
See what it said? They shall stand afar off, and they will be weeping and wailing for at last, that great city. We got just 3 other places, and you out of here. Deuteronomy 13, we'll pick it up at verse 6. 13 and 6. (13 and 6). 13 and 6. Just let you know, Lord's serious about this thing. And, Lord done appointed a time that he's going to deal with those that deal in idolatry, that choose to deal in idolatry. Better understand about this. The Lord's serious about this idolatry thing, people.